Hey there, everyone. What is going on? As always, I'm Bobbiton, and welcome back to another Cold Takes podcast. As always, I'm joined by my co-host,
Smeequel and
Zach.
continue.
I quit.
Otherwise
quit.
known as Premium Chunk 88.
I quit. My spot will be taken by James Charles. I'm exiting. But no, how are you guys doing today?
You could say I'm a 7 of 10.
7 of 10. Yeah.
That sounds awfully specific. I am a 9 of 10 because I think
9
that's
of
what
10.
ours was.
9 of 10.
I have no idea though.
I'm a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, nice.
What were you guys up to today? I know Roy uploaded a video. Zach, what did you do today?
I did a workout, and other than that, I was very unproductive.
That's fair. Yeah, I just hung out with puppies all day, so that was fun. But
Nice.
Newborn puppies are the worst. So
Yeah, I'm an old dog kind of guy.
Facts.
Got to be at least 7.
Yeah, fair. No, but before we hop into any sports news, because there's lots of stuff to talk about, before we hop into entertainment, before we hop into Zach's takes or our picks, we have something to get out of the way. Now, week 4 of our NBA picks, there was a tie for last place between Smeequel and myself.
Mm-hmm.
We went back and forth this week trying to decide on what we were going to do. They want to do NBA trivia. I don't really have a leg to stand on because it is NBA picks, so NBA trivia makes the most sense. I would have said let's play a game of 2K, which Roy and I talked about. Zach wasn't there, but Roy and I did talk about this.
Oh, you could have done that.
No, but
You still can.
unless there is a major team difference, Smeequel's going to kill me.
True.
I beat Smeequel twice, and one of them I was the best team in the league, and he was the worst team in the league. I think I was the all-time Warriors, and he was the current day Pistons. And so it just wasn't. If I lost, that would be really bad. And the other time I beat Roy was in a half-court only competition, which I allegedly cheated on.
Hey, you did cheat.
But whatever. We will hop into our solution, and we are going to do trivia. Zach has made questions, and we are going to do these trivia questions to find out who lost. I'm most likely losing.
Well, it's general trivia, but there's a lot of NBA. There's a good amount of NBA questions. There's not that many questions though. So
okay.
I mean, I get flustered though when I'm asked trivia. Can't think straight.
Yeah. Well, here, what would you guys rather buzz in,
or just say the answer?
Yeah, we'll just say the
Whoever
answer.
says it first.
Okay. Question number 1: Where was hip hop invented?
Brooklyn. No, Compton.
Are you going with Compton?
No, I'm gonna go with Brooklyn.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes!
New York City, South Bronx, Brooklyn, in that area. Yeah. So Tanner's got 1.
Let's go.
Okay. I'm just gonna write in that you got that one. All right. Question number 2: Where in the body is blood produced?
Produced? The heart?
The heart?
Both wrong. It's the bones.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. The bones. That's what
it's hurry up and get into NBA trivia.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Question number 3: What is Dr. J's real name?
Julius Herbert.
Julius Herbert.
Yeah, Roy got that one.
I knew that one.
Question number 4: Which country was Steve Nash born in?
South Africa.
Yeah, Roy got it right.
I
knew Tanner would get that one wrong.
I knew that too. I knew I was wrong after I said Canada.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
What college did Michael Jordan attend?
North Carolina.
Oh, Tanner got that one.
Let's go!
He was quicker.
I do know that because I know he has the Duke rivalry.
Okay, ready? What is the top number of a fraction called?
The integer?
Nope.
The exponent?
No, the numerator.
The numerator.
Damn. Also, I do know that Michael Jordan won because there's a custom Funko Pop of him that was only given out to people at a game. One game.
Okay, ready? This one's a multiple choice.
Okay.
And it's the last one, and you guys are currently tied 2-2.
Oh,
okay, wait. Before we finish, Roy, in multiple choice, do we wait till he has said all the options?
Yeah. Wait till
Or do we wait till he says the winning one?
Well, you'll see. You're gonna have to wait till you hear all of them.
Okay.
And then I guess and then I'll go like 1, 2, 3.
Okay, deal.
Okay.
We're for you, Roy?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who has the most regular season MVPs of these players? A. Steve Nash. B. Kobe Bryant. C. Kevin Garnett. D. Kevin Durant. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Steve Nash?
Roy got it right.
No, I was gonna go with two.
He's the only one that has 2, right?
2. The other ones all have 1. He's
Oh.
the worst player on the list, but he's got the most MVPs.
Damn, I lost.
Bang, let's get it.
That was a close one.
That was close.
Wanted to get that out of the way first. You guys got to hear some trivia. You guys get to play along. Now we'll get more into the regular podcast. But I did lose. My punishment will happen next week. Smeagol still has to do one for the week before. We just haven't figured any out. We thought our first 2 were pretty lame, so we wanted better ones. So we're working to figure that out.
We could also upload like a video for those.
Yeah.
Just like a
also,
standalone video.
Consider leaving a comment down below saying some punishment ideas. We might take one of those. But no, let's hop into sports. You two are the NBA experts. Anything big happen in the NBA this week?
Colin Sexton beat the Nets.
Twice. Yeah, he popped off. We've been kind of tough on Kyrie lately on the podcast. But I did see something that was pretty crazy, actually, about Kyrie.
What?
Apparently, he bought George Floyd's family a house.
Oh, that's dope.
Wow.
In Jackson. So, yeah. Pretty crazy. He's done like a bunch of other stuff, too. Apparently, he paid like a ton of the WNBA's salaries when they were for people who opted out of the season and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, he did. Yeah, he did buy them a house.
Yeah, so
that's dope.
Respect to Kyrie. Everyone's been bagging on him in the media lately.
I mean,
that's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, he's a good guy off the court. I'll give him that.
He's a great player on the court too.
Hey, he's a great player on the court too. Yeah.
Oh, he is a phenomenal basketball player on the court.
Tanner's just saying that he's a bad guy on the court.
You know, it's something I want to get out of the way. Something I want to get out of the way before we keep talking or anything. I should have Googled this beforehand, but we won't have time to talk about it. I mean, we're talking now. We could maybe make a solo video about it, but I do want to give a mention that on the 26th it will be officially a year since Kobe passed away. I didn't know the timing of us doing this, but I mean, it's been a year since we lost a legend, and even as someone who doesn't watch basketball or hasn't really been into basketball his whole life, Kobe Bryant was a massive legend, and I mean, it's just a horrible loss for everyone involved in the horrific crash. But I did want to bring that up. It just came across my screen, so wanted to mention that. Just wanted to bring. We're talking basketball. Might as well talk about it now.
Yeah, as a Suns fan growing up, I always hated him because he used to dummy the Suns in the playoffs.
Yeah,
but an incredible legend, and yeah.
Is there anything cool you took out of that book I got you? Like,
man, so many cool stuff. Like his knowledge about basketball is crazy. The way he studied players, it's insane. Like,
yeah,
I don't know where I have his book somewhere here, but it's insane. Like his knowledge on like every player in the game that he was matched up against.
Also, didn't you say that he read the ref's book?
Yeah, the ref's handbook, so that he knew where they would be standing on the court, just to get an upper hand, like just so he knew where when and where he could foul. Like he knew where the refs would be standing, so he knew where their blind spots were. which is just insane.
That's absolutely insane. But my question is, we're not talking skill wise, or sorry, we're not. Skill might not be the right word. We know there's the argument of who's the best of all time in the NBA, and Kobe's name does get thrown around. My question to you is there any other player who studied the game, who grinded the game to Kobe's extent? Like, is there really anyone who went that far and above and beyond that you guys know of? And if you would take someone, is there anyone in the current NBA you would compare to Kobe in that measure? Not skill-wise, but like the same grind, the same want they had.
I mean, there's no one that. Russell Westbrook. Everyone says has like the same mentality of wanting to win every time they get on the court. I would probably, in terms of off the court stuff, I'd probably go with LeBron. Like LeBron spends $1 million on his body every off summer or something like that. So off season. So
yeah. Other than that, I don't really know many.
Well,
players,
one thing that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you can go.
One thing that clicks with me is it's perfect as we're talking about Kyrie. When Kyrie had missed those games, Stephen A. Smith tore him a new one. We talked about this last week on the podcast. Tore him a new one, told him he needs to retire, blah, blah, blah. But in that, and I was actually shocked that Stephen A. brought it up, in that he brought up Kobe. And he said that Kyrie's been trying to be like Kobe, and that Kobe was Kyrie's mentor. And that Kobe would be disappointed in what Kyrie was doing. And I just thought that's crazy that Stephen A. went that far, because it shows Stephen A.'s passion for the game, but also the fact that Kyrie modeled himself as Kobe. I didn't personally know that. Again, I don't watch enough basketball, but Kyrie wanted to be like Kobe. So,
fucking half the NBA did, but
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, everyone wanted to be like. I mean, he's Kobe, like, but Stephen A. I don't know. Stephen A. is a bit of he's obviously an entertainer. Like he's there to entertain.
100% went too far,
and he's good at his job. But I don't know if I would have said something like that. That he let that Kobe would be disappointed or anything like that. That's a little.
But I did want to talk about that because I know I asked that question, and then also Kobe's like. I mean, there's lots of stars that stuck with one team, but do you think Kobe's one of like the biggest names who stayed with just one team his whole career?
Yeah,
I think so. Pretty much like every other big star.
Jordan played elsewhere. I don't know anything about Kareem, but I think Kareem played elsewhere.
He started in Milwaukee, won a championship in Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, LeBron's been on 3 different teams or 4. 3?
3 now.
3. 2 different stints in
KD's been on 3 different teams. Oh, currently the only player I can think of in the league is Steph.
Giannis.
I mean, Magic played on the Lakers his whole career, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Larry Bird on the Celtics. Bill Russell.
Wait, Magic didn't play on the Lakers?
He only played on the Lakers.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said he played on the Magic as well.
Oh, no. Magic.
Bill Russell was with Boston?
Yeah.
What about Larry Bird?
That said that, yeah.
I was asking, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean...
But 20 years on the Lakers, like Kobe's the greatest Laker of all time. I don't...
Which is crazy, because like when LeBron went to the Lakers, everyone said, "Oh, bye Kobe." Kobe was still alive at the time, but everyone said, "Bye Kobe." Like, you're no longer the best Laker. It's going to be LeBron. And I think even with LeBron winning a championship that last year, and I mean, he still has 3 years left on his contract, 4 years left. I don't think a 4-year player in one city will ever be better than someone who lasted 20 years there and brought many.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That's the thing, is like you could even say Kareem is a better player than Kobe was, right? Maybe, but I mean, Kareem wasn't there his whole career, and when Kareem was there, Magic was the best player. So.
Oh, Steve Nash. He was with the Suns the whole. No, he got.
No, he went to the Lakers.
And
he was on the Mavs.
I was going to say he got drafted by the Mavericks. Yes.
Mm-hmm. He was on the Mavs. Then he was on the Suns, and then did he go back to the Mavs? I don't know, and then he was on the Lakers at the end.
Yeah.
I do
No,
have some
Go ahead.
questions.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
If you want. All right. Should Bradley Beal demand a trade? What do you guys think?
Out
From
of
the Wizards. Out of the
the
Washington.
Wizards?
Yeah.
How are they doing this season?
Well, they haven't
They
played
haven't
for
played
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. Washington they're 3-8, and they haven't played in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I've wanted the Raptors to get Bradley Beal for the longest time, but at this point, if he went, they'd have to give up Siakam or something,
Yeah.
and then Bradley Beal would just be on the Raptors by himself again with like Fred and
An aging Lowry and
yeah. So
Yeah, the Wizards are just they just suck.
yeah, they're like,
I mean,
and like I think they want to trade Westbrook now too. Like
What?
apparently. Yeah.
Damn. I mean, they should at this point. Like they should probably go for like a full rebuild because
Yeah, just get picks, as many picks as you can. But
I just have a question. If you guys think if Westbrook goes, Beal demands a trade. For sure. But I'm saying, do you think they package the two of them together in like a bigger deal?
well, I
Kind
think
of-
a
Sorry, go ahead.
contender's gonna want Beal. I think. I don't
You
know.
don't think a contender wants Westbrook?
I don't know how many. Maybe Milwaukee, but other than that, I don't know who would.
I mean, Giannis needs someone.
Yeah,
you'd
but
also
then
have
again,
to give up a lot.
yeah, and then now you'd have two players who can't shoot from outside. So
That's fair.
I mean, Westbrook will shoot from outside,
But he won't. He just won't hit him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Giannis shoots from outside too, but he just doesn't hit him either. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, he puts
You
up
think Philly?
a decent. Oh,
I'd rather
Philly?
have Ben Simmons than Westbrook, if I'm
But
being
you
honest.
think-
Ben Simmons at least has like a big.
Would they want
Future ahead of
Simmons for Westbrook?
I'm sure, but yeah, anyone would want Simmons at this point. I think.
No, sorry, I misphrased that. Do you think they would demand Simmons for Westbrook in a trade?
For Bradley Beal, they'd probably want one of them. I don't know about Westbrook. I don't know why they would. I just don't know what Philly would have like to do with Westbrook. Like,
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at Westbrook's contract.
Yeah, also
It's
wouldn't.
that-
I don't think it would be worth it for Philly just to do like a
Yeah.
straight up trade.
That's fair.
yeah,
I'm looking at Westbrook's contract. He has a huge contract to pick up.
hmm
Yeah,
I mean, he's a great player, but it's just what's his
41
use at this point for a contender?
41 million this year, 44 million next year, 47 million the following.
jeez.
So that's gonna be hard to trade for.
Yeah, I mean,
The NBA
just
cap.
go back to OKC and rack up points for the net. Go get triple doubles every night for the rest of your career while they rebuild. That's what I would do if I was him.
Well, on the right side of this, because I just googled Westbrook's contract so we could talk about it. On the right side, it says Bradley Beal is ready to fight over the fact that the NBA postponed their game again.
Oof.
The man is mad.
Because he's popping off this year. He's probably like playing well. He's feeling good. He wants to play.
Yeah,
Guy's
because
killing it.
I think they could have played the last one. It didn't make sense why, because it was because of the Grizzlies, but they had like 9 or 10 players that could have played.
The NBA COVID rules are same with the NHL, but we'll talk about that when we get to the NHL. The NBA COVID rules are some of the dumbest rules around COVID I've seen. Roy and I talked about this. I don't think we talked about this on the podcast. Him and I talked about this where, who was it? Tatum on the Celtics
Yeah,
was deemed near someone with COVID, but everyone else on the court who played with the same person didn't have to quarantine.
yeah.
Just
It was Tatum. I think he had it, and then
Yeah.
then Jaylen Brown. They shook hands after the game.
But
And
no one else.
Yeah, no one else in the game was at risk.
So dumb.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, their contact tracing is weird, and like they're weirdly strict about some things, and not about, like apparently there's going to be a security guard at half court to limit like contact. They're going to be playing each other. They're going to be running into each other.
Yeah,
that
what's
doesn't
the
make
point of
sense.
limiting contact?
So we'll talk about, because we're
They're
talking
sharing
about
a
this.
ball. They're body checking. Like I don't understand it.
Yeah, so the NHL this week, Alexander Ovechkin one of the most well-known current day NHL players. Him and 3 other Russian players on the Washington Capitals were put into COVID protocol. They had to cancel. Washington can still play. Their team can play. But those 4 have to sit out. 4 Russian players. That's it. And they were literally, Ovechkin's wife posted this huge thing. Like, they were in a team locker room together. They had practice together. How is everyone else not forced to sit out, but the 4 of them who tested negative but had the antibodies in their system have to sit out? Like, it just didn't. Professional sports rules don't make sense.
Because I don't think they really know what they're doing. They know that they shouldn't be playing, but they know that like they have to. So.
Well, yeah. Well, the only one I've agreed with people going crazy over so far is at the end of the Saints-Bucks game last week, there was a video of about a minute with Tom Brady, Drew Brees, their kids, their wives. Brees' wife. Tom Brady's wife wasn't there. And they're talking after the game. They're shaking hands. Like, clearly they know each other. They played in the league together for, 20 years? Or however long they've been in the league. People went crazy, though, because they did it without a mask. And you saw a lot of people go, oh, they just played a game. Those are 2 players who, no matter what, there's no way they will ever be on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
It's maybe in passing, but they're going to different sidelines. So that's one I agreed with. Like, they should have been wearing masks. Brady could get fined. He didn't. But that's the only one I agree with.
Yeah, I mean, it's confusing to me too when they're on the benches for like basketball, and you'll see like no one has a mask on, but like the coach does.
Yeah,
it's like,
and then like the NBA separation.
They should all be wearing masks. Like it's weird.
The NBA's separation bothers me because it's like a chair and then like a basketball rack and then another chair. It's only like a meter apart, but no one sits in them. No one. I have never seen any of the players sit in them. They all just either stand behind the coach or sit huddled in the chairs beside the coach instead of the separated chairs.
I mean, they take flights together and stuff. Yeah.
It depends on the team too. They do.
Well, I mean, the Bills, because New York is one of the few states that has taken it super seriously the whole time. The Bills even had players in their helmets wearing masks on the sidelines for most of the season. Like, when they were on the sidelines. When they went on the field, they took them off.
Yeah.
But, like, Josh Allen scored, like, a rushing touchdown. They celebrated as a team, and they ran over. And, like, the first thing he did wasn't even go up to the coach. It was grab a mask and then go talk to the coach. And the Bills had been doing that all season, mostly because they wanted fans in the stands. And because New York's cases went down, especially in the Buffalo area, they finally had fans. But yeah, that's started from Bradley Beal requesting a trade.
Yeah, should he do anything? I got more questions.
Okay.
I got 2 more questions. Does Ben Simmons actually need to develop a 3-point shot?
I'll talk first, and then Roy can actually go into it. I'm gonna say no, because the 76ers are currently 11-5, and they are doing well. And I mean, he's put up a 3 already this season. I know 1 for sure. But I mean, they're a pretty
He's a shooter
good
now.
Team. And I mean,
he had a big air ball. That is the last one he put up. And
Embiid can shoot 3s, right?
Kind of. He's not super efficient, but yeah.
And Tobias Harris can too, right?
Tobias Harris is a shooter.
Yeah, so he doesn't.
You need a lot more than just one shooter, though.
But the rest of the people around them too are great shooters, like Danny Green and Seth Curry.
Yeah. But I was gonna say that they know what they have with Simmons, so I don't think they're expecting him to develop one. So I don't think he needs one with what's around him.
I mean, I don't think he really can at this point either. Like, how good can you get at shooting threes at this point?
This is what I mean. Is like everyone's like, oh, he needs to develop a 3-point shot. Like he needs one. I'm like, he's averaging like 18 points a game, and like something like that. And he's a great passer and facilitator. If he just got like a mid-range set shot or even just a pull-up shot from mid-range down, he'd be pretty much unguardable because he already gets to the rim at will. It's just in the playoffs, people just sit back and he can't do anything. They just plug the lane. But if he could just hit a mid-range shot, he'd be one of the best players in the league.
Just hit it.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry.
Like, I don't know why you
Did he not
shooting
shoot
threes.
at all?
No.
Oh,
He just
jeez.
drives. And
Yeah.
he grew up never having to shoot, right? In college, he didn't. He never had to shoot either.
Where did he play?
He went to LSU, I think.
LSU, yes. And he grew up in like Australia or something, and then came
I
here.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Was he born in the States or Australia?
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was born there. He just came over for
I
college.
think his dad was a professional basketball player there.
Yeah, Melbourne.
Mhm.
I mean, I always know that if I ask Roy where someone was born, he knows because he did the video of based on countries they were born in.
Oh yeah, gone through every player and found out where
Yeah,
they were
that's
born.
why the Steve Nash one was a setup.
Oh yeah,
I
that
knew
was
he
easy.
knew. I knew he knew the second you said it, and I knew Canada was wrong.
I thought it was a tricky one. I knew you were going to get it wrong, Tanner, but I was like, Roy might know. I didn't know he did a video on it.
Roy's done a video on everything basketball.
I mean,
related.
yeah, Steve. That's one of the ones I would have known anyways too, just because I don't know, it came up a lot whenever.
Yeah, it's like an interest. Like it's one of those interesting basketball facts that people say. Anyways, I'll go to the next question I have.
Yeah.
What is wrong with the Pelicans? And is Zion really a superstar?
I think the problem with the Pelicans is Zion only drives.
So the opposite
and then,
of Simmons
and then Brandon Ingram is pretty much an ISO player.
Mm-hmm.
And
Pascal
then yeah. And then who else they got on there? Lonzo can't shoot. You got Steven Adams down there in
Steven
the paint
Adams
too.
Is a beast.
He's
a beast.
But I think there's just a lot of players that
I think like for such a big and physical team, they play no defense. Like none. I don't know what it is. Like I was watching them play the other night because I needed them to win yesterday. And they lost, and they play zero defense. Like I don't know what it is. But I mean,
you'd think they'd be pretty good defensively, but
with Steven Adams, I mean, you'd think Zion would be good defensively, but I don't know. He just gets those.
Sometimes I kind of watch. You ever just watch like one player when they're playing, and
Yeah.
sometimes I just watch like Zion or something, and I don't know. He's not really doing. Much
I mean,
there,
he gets the ball, he muscles everyone around, and then he dunks it or lays it up, or But I don't know. Yeah, he has he even shot a three since he drained like 4 in his opening debut.
He's hit 2. He's hit 2 since then. After 4 the first game.
So I had to go through and see if I took the Pelicans anymore and change it. We're having this conversation.
They're struggling right now against the Timberwolves, who have no one. They're awful.
They're ahead.
Yeah, by
4.
Oh, they're by.
They were ahead last night too, and they frickin' blew it.
Oh, they're down now. Going into
I don't know what's
halftime.
wrong with them.
Oh yeah, I'm just looking at. I have Sportsnet open so I can see the hockey scores as well.
They're up by 1 going into half.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? You think Zion's a superstar?
I don't personally I don't know because it's these first overall picks and these like top 5 guys in any sport have so much pressure coming into these leagues and any of the major leagues, and it's tough to live up to the hype. And I think there's very few players across the the range of sports that have been a first, say, top 5 pick in any league that has really lived up to the hype. Football, I guess the most recent, Baker is kind of doing it. Mahomes probably, but he was picked 10th.
I mean, in the NBA, a lot of the times, like the first overall picks is like a superstar.
Who was the last big one?
Last big number 1 pick. Marco Fultz got injured.
Yeah, I don't think he would have ever been a superstar either way.
I mean, he was a good scorer in college if you watch him pick. I mean, DeAndre Ayton's pretty good. Ben Simmons, 2016, great. Karl Anthony Towns.
But So from 2016 to now, is there a other than Simmons? Sorry, 2017 to now, is there a superstar in those?
Yeah, Ben Simmons.
He was 2016.
Yeah.
2017 though on. Has there been a superstar?
Marco Fultz got injured. DeAndre Ayton probably shouldn't have been that number 1 overall pick. It should have been Luka. So
superstar.
I mean, yeah, usually in the top 3, there's
in
usually
the top
like
3,
one.
there's
top
top 5. There's usually like a superstar for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think he has the potential.
This year, I think
I was gonna say this year. Do you think any of the top 5 will be a superstar?
I mean, LaMelo's got the potential. I don't think he will, though. I think he'll be like pretty good.
Yeah, I think that Zion would be a lot better on a different team too. That's like more structured around him. I feel like it's kind of the Pelicans are kind of all over the place with like who they have on their team.
Here's I'm looking at Zion's draft year, and from as little as I know, I'm going to rank the 3 best in there, and I'm going to say it goes Ja Morant, Tyler Hero, Zion currently.
I don't really know who is in the draft, but
I just say out of those 3, that's the order I'd put it.
I mean, I'd have Zion over Tyler Hero.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, didn't Tyler Hero show up last season though in the playoffs?
Yeah, it was like a 6-man.
Yeah. Like he's definitely not the best player on that team or anything.
No, but I'm saying since they both started their careers, he is doing better than Zion currently.
No, Zion was really good in his first season. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know much, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, Tyler Hero, he's just got a lot of hype around him because of the Heat going to the finals.
Yeah, that's a lot of what I've picked up on.
Because I mean, he's probably the third option on that team.
Yeah.
You got Jimmy, Bam,
Goran, Tyler. Yeah. So probably 4. Duncan Robinson even gets a lot of touches. But
if Duncan's shooting well, then I mean he's getting the ball all the time.
I mean, Tyler Hero's a pretty good ball handler, and like he's better. Like Duncan's just shooting, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Or you ever watch when they're trying to like cover him or like any like really good 3-point shooter? Like they do not like get off and like they don't give him like an inch of space.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. They've been doing it to all the shooters. That's why like kind of like you just see like if you watch Golden State, they'll set like 10 picks in a row for Steph or something like that, and he's just zooming around the court. It's like, oh my god. Like I remember Golden State used to do this one thing where they'd have Steph Curry run towards the back and he'd cut right up the middle, and they'd have 2 centers just go like this, or like 2 big men just go like this and close the gap and just sandwich guys, and Steph would just be wide open for a 3. It was crazy.
Yeah, Steph's such a dangerous player.
Yeah,
just so good.
Steph's next level.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really another shooter that can handle the ball like by himself and actually get open by himself.
Yeah,
he is a far distant in first. Yeah, and then I'd say Clay is a second, and he's probably the closest.
Yeah,
in the league right now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then Clay's. I mean, he's a catch and shoot guy. He's not a
No one shoots off the dribble like Steph. No. Maybe Damian Lillard, but not even like it's like Steph's clearly better.
Trae Young tries to, but
who did
doesn't succeed.
Who did?
He's a little inefficient, Trae Young, but I do like his game. He's good.
Who did Steph drop 62 on? Was it Lillard?
Yeah, it was because I remember Lillard said something about him the night before.
I just saw a comment on Twitter earlier today that's like Steph's Lillard's dad after what he did to him in the game, and I wasn't sure if that's where that came from.
Yeah, I think so. Because like the night before, Lillard said he's like, it's not so easy now when you got a trash team. And then he went off the next night, and then he's been doing like pretty well since then as well. Same with the Warriors; they've improved quite a bit since. Like he said that.
It's the thing in sports. Like you look at the Cleveland Browns. Pittsburgh came out and said, "Who?" Juju literally said in an interview, "Who?" And the Browns will be the Browns. And then the Browns showed up and shit pumped them. I will say, though, that Sammy Watkins shit talked the Browns as well. But KC is KC.
Yeah, there's certain players you just don't say shit to,
Right?
Like, let sleeping dogs lie. Even a couple of years ago, Dwayne Wade was at the end of his career, and Kevin Hart started saying shit to him on the sidelines, and it was a playoff game, and Dwayne Wade went and dropped like 30.
Oh, brutal, man!
It's like just leave him alone.
Yeah, just don't talk.
The man's at the end of his career. He's just trying to play, and you start talking shit. Like,
I'm sure the team that Hart was cheering for probably said the same thing. It's probably like, shut up.
I mean, Spike Lee did it to freaking Reggie Miller too. Like, there's a lot of people, certain players just don't say shit to.
If we're saying all time, though, I did want to ask this, but my niece came in. If we're saying all time, though, because we said Steph has a huge lead over Clay, but then Clay's probably second. We're saying all time 3-point shooters. Is the lead that big between him and second? And is Clay still second?
I'd put Reggie Miller. I'd put Ray Allen second.
And is there a huge gap?
Nah, I think there's a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
They're also two different players. Like Ray Allen was again like a catch and shoot guy.
At the end of his career. At the start of his career, he wasn't really a shooter. He was just kind of like an all around like good player, good shooting guard. But then he kind of changed into a. But yeah, nobody has ever shot like what Steph does.
Mm-hmm.
So Steph
I just remember we were. What were we doing? Oh, we were doing our all-time list for the all-time podcast, and I was looking at Steph's 3-point percentage, and I saw it, and I'm like, this seems bad because it was under. I thought Steph hit more than 50%. Then I went and looked at everyone else's, and I'm like, oh, this is actually really good.
Yeah,
no,
50% is
40 is really good, and then
he's at like 44.
Yeah, which is amazing, especially how much he shoots. Like I think he shoots more than anybody else too.
And the shots he's taking are trash shots, like logistically.
Yeah,
they just go in. So like he's dribbling around, and then turning around and hitting threes from 30 feet out. It's like you can't guard that. Yeah. I'm a huge Steph fan, but yeah.
So we have decided we're gonna hop. While we're still talking about the NBA, we're gonna hop right into our picks. And look at those. Equal should have them up.
Yep.
You'll notice though, we have some interesting names this week. We'll get there when we get there. So to start off, we got.
I gotta change that one.
Oh, you're changing it?
Yeah, I don't want to get demonetized before we're monetized.
That's good. I mean, at least they saw it. So I guess I should change my answer then.
Oh, true.
I'm changing it to the Blazers then if we're not keeping it like that. I only picked it for the name. So we got the 76ers at the Pistons. We all took the 76ers. We got the Pacers at the Raptors. And I mean, I'm not taking the Raptors. So I took the Pacers and they both took the Raptors. Then we got the Magic at the Hornets. Zach, you were the only one that took the Hornets. Why is that?
I don't know. I just kind of picked one. They both kind of suck. I mean, Orlando's okay, but
Magic have been playing pretty good this year.
Yeah, they're okay. I think I picked them last time and they lost. So
true.
Every time I pick someone and they lose, they're dead to me.
Next up, so you're not taking the Nets anymore after they lost to Cleveland?
Yeah, well, you guys all lost too, so it's okay.
Yeah, as long as we all picked them.
Okay. Yeah. Next up, we have the Nets versus the Heat. We all took the Nets. Lakers versus the Cavs. We all took the Lakers. And then the Nuggets at the Mavericks. And I took the Mavs because I'm taking my boys throughout. You guys took the Nuggets. Celtics, Bulls. We all took the Celtics. Spurs, Pelicans. We all took the Spurs. I changed that after our conversation today. Warriors, T-Wolves. We all took the Warriors, and Blazers, OKC. We all took the Blazers because Roy decided to change the name, or else I would have kept OKC. Then we moved to the 26th, and we got the Clippers, Hawks. We all took Clippers. Then we got the Wizards versus Houston. Both Roy and I took the Wizards, and Zach took Houston. Why'd you take Houston, Zach?
No reason. I don't know. Wizards are kind of trash, so. But they have had a long time off.
I was just going to say, here's my thing. They've had how long off?
Yeah.
They're going to, and I mean, we just talked about Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal wants to fight someone now. He's going to come out throwing hands.
Or he's coming out rusty. Yeah.
He gets ejected. And then last game of that day is the Knicks and the Jazz. And I told you all season I'm sticking with the Knicks. So I took the Knicks. They both took the Jazz. And then we moved to the 27th, and we got the Pacers Hornets. I took the Hornets, and only because I didn't take them last time, and I think they could beat the Pacers.
I'm not picking the Hornets for the rest of the season, I don't think, unless they face a bad team. Like a really bad
Pistons?
Team. Yeah, like the Pistons. I'll take them over the Pistons, but...
Speaking of the Pistons, perfect segue into our next game of the Cavs versus the Pistons, where we all took the Cavs. The Kings Magic, I took the Magic, you guys took the Kings. Nets, Hawks, we all took the Nets. Nuggets, Heat, Zach, you differed from Roy and I. Roy and I took the Nuggets, you took the Heat. Why is that? Also,
gotta have some chances to get some points on you guys. I don't know. And the Heat are pretty good. The Heat are pretty good, so that's a game that they could win, you know?
Okay, we move on to the Lakers versus 76ers, the best team in the West versus the best team in the East, and all three of us said the East has no chance of winning this game. We all took the Lakers. Bucks Raptors. My thing is, do you guys actually think the Raptors are going to win, or are you just sticking with your word of saying taking the Raptors?
No, the Raptors are going to win.
Yeah, they definitely can win that. It's easy.
No.
The Raptors can pretty much win any game. They just got to lock down.
No. They just had very close games at the beginning that they lost.
Yeah.
And now they're doing fine. They're on the road to the top of the East. So do the Knicks have a losing record, but you continue to pick them.
I said I was taking them all season. I don't back out of my word. Bulls Grizzlies. I took the Bulls to go with my subscribers who are Bulls fans, and you guys took the Grizzlies. Celtics Spurs. We all took the Celtics. Wizards Pelicans. Roy, we just talked about this, and you took the Pelicans. Why is that?
Well, they can't lose every game.
Okay.
The Wizards are a good one to beat.
The Pelicans are pissing me off. Every time I take them, they lose, man. Piss me off.
Then we got the Suns versus the new team in the NBA, the OKC Lightning. They have replaced the Thunder, and we all took the Suns.
Yep.
Mavs versus Jazz. We all took the Mavs except for Roy. Why'd you take the Jazz?
The Jazz are a great team. And that's why I took them.
Okay. And then we have the Warriors versus the Wolves, and we all took the Warriors. Next up, we go to the Clippers versus the Heat. We all took the Clippers. The Lakers versus the Pistons. We all took the Lakers. Then we got the Blazers versus Houston, and I took Houston for the exact same reason Zach mentioned earlier of needing to get points.
Not going to lie, I don't like the Blazers.
CJ's out for 4 weeks, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and so is Nurkic. Nurkic is injured too. So
yeah, I guess they are always injured.
Next up, we got the Warriors versus the Suns. I took the Warriors. You guys took the Suns. Again, I don't actually think the Warriors can win, but it's a different pick.
The Warriors could win.
Yeah, they definitely can.
The Warriors could win.
Then we got the Hornets versus the Pacers. I again took the Hornets. I meant to differentiate between them, but we've already started, so I'm not going to change it. You guys took the Pacers. Then we got the Wizards Hawks. We all took the Wizards. Knicks Cavs. You guys took the Cavs. They have been playing well, but I took the Knicks. For the first time in about 3 weeks in the Raptors Kings game, we all have the Raptors, and this is the first time I've taken them in a while. The Bucks Pelicans. We all took the Bucks. We have LA versus Orlando, and this LA is the Clippers, and we all took the Clippers. The 76ers versus the Wolves. We all took the 76ers. Then we got the Nets versus 1 million draft picks. Roy, do you want to tell them who that is?
The Lightning.
The Lightning. Then we got the Nuggets versus the old man coach. and that's the Spurs. And then we got the best owner in the NBA and the Dallas Mavericks owner, Mark Cuban, versus the Jazz. And we all took the Mavs.
I had to change mine. There we go. The correct name.
Then we moved to the 30th, and we got the Blazers versus the Bulls. And Roy and I took the Blazers, and Zach took the Blazers.
Well, you guys changed the names after I wrote my thing. Oh, I just deleted my whole pick there.
I don't really like the Trailblazers name either.
No, neither do I. It's honestly between that and the Knicks, the two worst names in the NBA.
Yeah, the Knicks should go back to the Knickerbockers.
There we go. That's a tier list video we can do, ranking teams based on their name.
Okay. If you guys want to see that.
Then we got the Bucks versus MJ's trash team, and that is the Hornets, and we all took the Bucks. Then we got the Pelicans versus, I guess it's still the Rockets, but spelled differently, and Zach and I took the Rockets. Roy, again, second game this week, trash talked the Pelicans and then took the Pelicans.
Yeah, I don't know why, to be honest.
And then, go ahead.
They might turn it around. I don't know.
That's fair. Then Zach changed it. We go to Fire against the Kings, and of course,
more
Fire.
Like because there's only one eye. There's a lot of R's.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me then, I guess. Then we got. We all took the Heat. Then we got Los Angeles, the Lake Show, versus the Celtics. And Roy and I took the Lake Show. Zach, you took the Celtics. Why is that?
I took the Celtics now. But yeah. I don't know. Just to be different, Celtics could win that game.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Next up, we have the Bears versus the Spurs. And this one took me a Google search to figure out who the Bears were because I didn't know. I couldn't even think. And we all took the Bears. And then we got only Curry versus Ford F-150. And so that's the Warriors versus the Detroit Pistons. And we all took only Curry. And then we move on to the last game of the week. Or last game, day of the week. Jesus, I can't speak. And we got LA Clippers versus... LA Clippers versus the Knicks.
Man.
I was trying to read Roy's elements at the same time. I'm struggling. I took the Knicks, they took the Clippers. Then we got the Nuggets versus the Jazz, and I took the Nuggies, and you guys took the Nuggets.
Yeah.
76ers versus the Pacers. Roy and I took the 76ers. I took the Pacers. Roy and I took the 76ers. Zach took the Pacers. I'm a mess right now.
We might have to take a break after this.
No, we're good. Why'd you take the Pacers?
I took the Pacers to have something different at the end of the block there. You know,
that's fair.
Chance to win if I'm losing.
Then we got the Six Gods versus the Magicians. I took the Magicians. You guys took the Six Gods. The Nets versus the Wizards. I took the basketball net himself. Zach took the basketball.
Whoa. You just assumed the basketball net's gender. That is disgusting.
That is gross, man. Honestly.
And then Roy took the Nets, plural. So he thinks both basketball nets are going to win. And then the Cavs versus the L Wolves in the final game of the week. And we all took the Cavs. That was a struggle for me to get through, but I like the names. And if you guys have alternative name ideas, leave them in the comment section down below. Make sure they're appropriate so YouTube doesn't flag them and we actually see them. And yeah, those are our Week 6 NBA picks. The current score is Zach has 2 first places, Roy has 1, and I have 1. We are in the middle of Week 5, and Week 5 is actually very close. It is currently 22, 22, 21 in the order of me, Zach, Smeequel, and it's very close. Some of the games are going right now. And yeah, we're going to hop into more sports stuff and some entertainment stuff, and then we'll hop into Zach's pick. Okay, let's hop into the NHL now, because this is my favorite time to talk after not knowing anything about basketball. And we'll talk about the NFL because it is championship weekend, and it is huge. We'll start with the NFL, though, actually. And this week, although I disagree with it, I am not going to be sour and yell and scream about it. Patrick Mahomes is cleared of concussion protocol. He will be playing against the Bills. And I will say, though, that anyone that saw that hit and saw what happened to Patrick Mahomes, a lot of current and former NFL players do agree with my statement. That man looked concussed. You look at that man's eyes after the hit. He fell. He could not walk straight. You could say he got dinged, but in a game like the NFL, when you get hit that hard, it's most likely a concussion. And then you look at his eyes and him falling. I know you saw the hit, Roy. He looked bad.
Yeah, like if you can't get up and walk after that, there's no way you don't have one.
Yeah. So, but he somehow cleared NFL protocol, and the money they're gonna get from that game, because more people are gonna watch when Patrick Mahomes is playing compared to if what's his name? Oh,
Chad Henne.
Chad Henne plays. There will be more people watching for if Mahomes is in that game. And I'm not going to say it's rigged, and that's going to be my piece on it, but the man definitely had a concussion. And then
I'm not going to say he had a concussion. I'm not going to say they cleared him, even though he had a concussion, but he definitely had a concussion.
I didn't say it's rigged. I'm just saying the man definitely had a concussion. And then on the other side of the ball, we have the Packers Bucks game. I know Pat McAfee on his podcast, they do a poll every week. This week's poll, or a poll every day. They did one on Friday. The question was, what does the Super Bowl look like to you guys? There was not a single vote on the Kansas City Chiefs Buccaneers game. There was a few votes on the Bucks Bills, but almost everyone voted saying the Bucks have no chance of beating the Packers. Who do you think makes it to the finals, Roy? Zach, you can guess. I know you don't know enough, but Roy, who do you think the Super Bowl looks like?
If you know anything about me, you know that I love an underdog, and I'm going with the Bucks and the Bills.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills 50-50. Are debatable.
It's all 50-50.
The Bills are a debatable underdog, especially because Mahomes. There's no way Mahomes is 100%. And if Mahomes takes one bad hit, I feel like he's out for the game.
True.
And so I don't think the Bills are as big of an underdog as people think they are. But I'm of course taking the Bills and the Packers. And I think no matter who gets in from the AFC, if the Packers are in the finals, it's going to be a very, very good Super Bowl.
Tom Brady's getting another ring.
If it's the Bucks and the Bills, I might be very, very, very scared because the Bills haven't beat Brady in a very long time, and it doesn't. I'm not even worried that it's not him on the Patriots, but
I get $20 if the Chiefs win, right?
You do, and I get $50 if who wins the Premier League?
Liverpool wins the Premier League. They're currently in 4th.
They're in 4th? Yeah. They were just in first.
Yeah, no, they lost. They haven't won a game in like 4 games. They're struggling right now.
This shit's rigged. But yeah, so that's the NFL. Oh, other news actually. Matthew Stafford.
Oh yeah.
And the Detroit Lions have mutually agreed to get Stafford out of Detroit. I'm gonna say that the hiring of their new coach, I think it's Matt Patricia. No, Matt Patricia was in there.
He got fired.
I don't remember who they signed. I also think his name is Matt. Detroit Lions coach. Dan. It doesn't say. Oh, Dan Campbell. With Dan Campbell coming in, I'm sure him and the ownership had conversations. There's been talks all season that Stafford wanted out. Detroit doesn't really have much there other than maybe Swift and Galladay. That's all Stafford really had. But they have agreed to want out, and he will be on the move. But here's what they are currently asking for Matthew Stafford, and they are asking for a recent first overall pick or someone's first pick in the next 2 years. So that's a tough trade because Stafford's a bit older. He's a bit banged up. I don't personally believe he is worth a first-round pick. I think he is worth a bit, but I think a first-round pick is a bit too much. And I believe that I had a conversation with my brother. The draft class from the Bills year of Lamar, Allen, Darnold, Rosen, and Baker, all Rosen's are nothing, but the rest of them, their fifth-year rookie option comes up in March. There's a lot of talk that Cleveland isn't sold on Baker Mayfield. You think we could see Baker to Detroit and Stafford to Cleveland?
Well, I'd rather not become a Browns fan.
What I mean.
So,
are you just a Stafford fan? Is that
yeah,
what you're not?
Essentially.
Oh, okay.
I
thought he was like a Detroit Lions fan.
No, he's a.
I mean, I originally liked the Lions because of Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
And then he retired, and their Matt Stafford was still there. And now it's just
they suck.
Yeah, they suck.
Here's my thing though: Baker wouldn't keep you interested in the Lions.
No.
The
rest of the team still sucks.
That's fair. I could also see if someone wants to, if they want to do a big trade. I mean, Deshaun wants out. You ship Galladay and Stafford to the Texans for Deshaun Watson. It's not awful.
Yeah, that'd be not bad, but it would still suck for Deshaun Watson.
So we're gonna move on from Stafford now and move over to Watson. Watson wants out of Houston, and he tweeted, "I was on a 2, and now I'm on a 10. The 2 was wanting to get out. Now he's at a 10, and he will not play for the Houston Texans next season."
Oof.
His current number 1 pick, and he has to make the list. He has the no trade clause. His current number 1 pick is the New York Jets. His number 2 pick, yeah, his number 1 pick. The number 2 pick, the Miami Dolphins.
The Dolphins would actually be pretty sick with him on there.
Yeah, I don't know who the F the Jets have to trade for him. I mean, they could trade their second overall pick, but I don't think that's enough for Deshaun Watson. But if he's refusing to play, the Texans might just take it. Because your second overall pick is going to be either Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields. And I'm really, really, really betting on the fact that the Jacksonville Jaguars are taking Trevor Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be Justin Fields. So that could you trade Deshaun to the Jets for their first, and you draft Justin Fields as your franchise quarterback. But that's got to be tough as a player coming out of college, going into a team that their franchise quarterback just requested out. If he goes, JJ Watt's going. So that's got to be a tough position to come in for Fields.
Yeah. I mean, either way, you're on a trash team.
Yeah, it's not really his choice, though, either way, right?
That's the worst part with, like, the draft. Like, I mean, I can think of one NHL player who's said no, and that was Eric Lindros.
Eli Manning did it, didn't he? Said, I'm not playing for a thing. Or he only wants to play for the Giants or something.
Did he?
I think I remember something about that. Yeah. Eli Manning refused to play for the Chargers if they drafted him.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, they did draft him.
Oh, they did? And then what, traded him or something?
Yeah. Days before the draft, Manning's agent told the Chargers that Eli would sit out the entire 2004 season if the team drafted him with the first overall pick, and the team still did it. Imagine that. Imagine using your first overall pick. I mean, the Quebec Nordiques did it, and then he just refused to. Eric Lindros just refused to play, and then got traded.
Yeah.
To Philly.
Hey.
But I mean, it works. I mean, I don't see. I think if you refuse in today's leagues, you're not going anywhere.
I mean, what's kind of dope about that is you got the first overall money, and you get traded. Yeah. You don't have to play for that team. Works.
True.
So no, that's about it for NFL talk. I don't think anything else happened this week. Just those two things. Then we hop into the NHL real quick. I know not many people here care about the NHL, but we talk about most sports. Even we talk about soccer sometimes if Chelsea played.
They fucking suck. Don't bring them.
Okay, guess we're not talking about Chelsea right now. So we'll talk about the NHL. The big trade today, Pierre-Luc Dubois and a third-round pick to the Winnipeg Jets for Patrick Laine, former second overall pick, and some guy I've never heard of. Patrick Laine is one of my favorite players in the NHL. I would have liked to see Laine go to Boston. Boston doesn't really have the players I'd want to give up for him, though. The good news is that the Bruins will have cap space at the end of the season after Chara left, after Krug left, and Laine is a free agent, so I hope the Bruins make a push for that. Other than that, nothing really big happened. We talked about the Ovechkin thing earlier. The Dallas Stars have played one game this season. They missed the whole first week and a half of the league. Played one game, and they came in won 7-0.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
nice and rested.
Right? Exactly. And then, there's a lot of teams that have only played one or two games because of COVID protocol. There's not much to talk about in the NHL. I mean, the Bruins are now 3-1, so I'm happy because they just won 6-1. Other than that, we're good to move on to entertainment and gaming. Did you guys have anything to talk about there?
2K21 still sucks.
We can't talk about WandaVision this week because Smeagol hasn't watched it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Smeagol.
No, that's fair. I mean,
no, I
we both didn't remember.
I watched it. Yeah, I watched it like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing for entertainment. Other than that, we've been binging, or that we've been doing a Star Wars marathon.
Zach and I have started a Star Wars marathon. I'm intrigued to see because the three of us don't share a Disney Plus account, but we share a Disney Plus account, and I'm intrigued to see if they would let Roy join in a watch along.
If he just went on someone's account, yeah.
I'm wondering if you can have 3 people from the same account.
It says you can have up to 6 people, yeah. So I'm assuming.
No, but I'm saying because we all use the same account and you can only have 2 screens. So I'm wondering if Roy can also. Zach and I sent the link for it in the Cold Takes podcast. I actually thought we'd just see Roy's head pop up one day in the stream. Because he saw the link and just wanted to come say hi. But we haven't. I also don't know. I was also thinking if he tried that, what would happen? Because I don't know.
I was gonna join and then I was thinking that I thought it might stop it or something, so I just didn't.
I mean, you're more than welcome to join, but we are 3 movies in and we're on to the better movies now. We got rid of the trash originals.
Yeah, the first 3 are the best.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. All jokes
aside. The prequels are goated. I mean,
all jokes aside. The prequels are goated. They get way too much hate. And Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars movie ever released.
I mean, I haven't watched them since I was a kid, and they're dope when I was a kid, but I don't know how they'd be now.
Well, honestly, that's what I was saying, because we were like, he was like, oh, is this the movie where this happens? I was like, dude, I haven't seen these movies in 10 years. I watched these so long ago. I don't remember anything.
Well,
I remember like the famous quotes, and that's it. Like,
well, I get pretty intoxicated while Zach and I watch it, and there was a scene yesterday in Return of the Jedi that had no place being in the movie, and Zach and I had no recollection of this happening.
Yeah.
But there's literally a 10-minute dance sequence.
Yeah, Jabba the Hutt's lair.
They literally dance.
It's like a
for
song.
Like
they play
minutes.
Like trumpets and stuff, and me and Tanner are like, "What is going on? Like, this does not need to be in the movie."
I literally looked at Zach. I'm like, Zach, are you seeing this too, or am I just that fucked up? Because I didn't honestly know.
Yeah, so it's so random.
Yeah, but I've been enjoying it. I mean, I know Zach has too, and I mean, each day it's what I look forward to at the end of the day. So we're doing all 11. We're gonna watch. We're watching them in release order, but I think we're gonna. I mean, we haven't talked about this, but I think we're gonna save Rogue One and Solo to the end, and not watch them in between.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking, and I assumed you would agree with it. So no, that's basically what we have been doing. Entertainment news. I mean, if I go on to Screen Rant,
I know. Well, Larry King died, so rip Larry.
Yes, rest in peace, Larry King. Literally, all I see is either WandaVision stuff or old unrelated stuff.
Yeah, or like the Bridgerton stuff that got renewed for a second season.
So yeah, you watched that. Tell me a little bit about the show.
It's weird. So it's like it's set in like the 1800s, like England, and it's kind of like it's based on a book series, but it's like a modernized like 1800s kind of where like so it's basically like this girl, like they're going into like this season where like they basically try and find a husband, right? Where like and like cuffing husbands season. Approach. Yeah, pretty much cuffing season, right? Where they like go to like dresses and stuff like that, and they're all like really rich, like they call them like the tons, like they all end in an un, I guess, and they're all like the wealthy like dukes and duchess, like whatever, right?
Yeah.
And basically she's trying to like, and then she kind of like hatches this plan to like be with this duke, blah blah blah, and like it's kind of weird, but it is really an odd show, but it's pretty good. It's very popular apparently. I think it's based on a book series.
It is. I did see that.
So it's like it's weird though because it's like modernized because like sometimes they'll be playing like modern music.
Yeah.
Like and it's like I'm like wait what like but it'll be like on a violin but it'll be like a Billie Eilish song and I'm like
it is on my list because of how much people are actually talking about it.
It's super dramatic.
It's a Shonda Rhimes show, right?
Yeah, I think she.
Which means it's gonna go on for 12 seasons.
Yeah, I mean,
and get good after, or get bad after about the third.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. The first season was good, but yeah,
that's fair. It's definitely on my list because you recommended it. I usually give whatever Zach recommends a watch because Zach watches a lot of.
I don't know how much you would like it, but it is good. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch the first episode or two and see if I like it. I mean. If we're being honest, you told me to watch Sex Education, and I never in my life thought I would enjoy that show. I watched all 9 episodes in the first season in one day. Roy, if you haven't seen that show, highly recommend it. It is so funny.
I'm too busy watching slot streams to watch TV shows.
No, I'll give him this though. Man deleted his gambling account. Now he just watches.
Yeah.
So you know what?
A lot more fun.
You know I can't do that because I'll play. I know I'll play, but I did delete my accounts as well. But good on you. The only thing I actually really have the itch to ever play is poker, which is why I can't watch poker streams or I'll go put $100 in Poker Stars.
This guy literally is a poker dealer for his job. He hasn't worked in a while because of COVID, but that's his job. But I can't watch people play poker without wanting to play.
No.
Whole job is to watch people play.
Ideal poker. I want to leave and go play poker after my job. But I finish work at 5:30 in the morning and usually had class. Not that I went to class, but no, we can talk about gaming now. A big new game came out. I don't know if Roy's purchased it yet, but we have talked about it. Zach, you might purchase it. Hitman 3. Apparently it's good. I haven't seen it. Sorry. It seems to be good as I haven't seen any negative press about it. Mm-hmm. And I've just seen people playing it. Do you still plan on buying it, Roy?
Nah, I don't think I'm going to.
Change your mind?
Yeah.
Zach, I know you played the other two, and I know you're currently planning. You haven't decided yet. Would you just wait to see if it came on Game Pass or something?
Yeah, like I don't think I'll buy it anytime soon. Maybe if it's got like a sale or something where it's like 60% off or something. Like even though I played the first two when they were the free game of the month.
Yeah,
I loved them. They're really fun, but yeah.
See, I can never do that. I don't know why, but I cannot play a game unless it's brand new.
Right?
I'm the complete opposite. I'll wait time before I download a game, so unless it's like FIFA or something.
I'll touch on Roy. I'll touch on Roy's point. Roy, love Demon Souls. Roy, love Sekiro. That means Roy would love the Dark Souls series. Roy goes and plays Dark Souls 1. Nah, this game's too old for me. I can't play it.
I mean, yeah, it's just especially those games. It's just like the graphics and everything. It's so old.
Yeah,
like,
that's
kind of tough to play.
Dark Souls 1 is, I mean, it's remastered, but it's still. Dark Souls 1 is tough to go back to. But Dark Souls 2, they released on the PS4. It's fine.
Yeah, I think that's a big problem.
You played. Sorry, go ahead.
Games. Just with video games in general, like their literacy is like no one wants to play a game from like 2005 because it either doesn't work on anything or it looks like crap. Whereas like with movies and books, like the content's the same, like it's still good. Like video games is like has a problem with that, with its staying power.
There's very few old games I'd go back and play, like old sports games I'd go back and play.
Yeah.
Mario Kart is always a game you can go play on any console, still great. Mario Party.
I mean, I played Fable 1 this summer and I fucking loved it, but I also just love those games.
Yeah, you're a die Fable fan. You literally, I'm gonna buy a PS5. Oh shit, they announced Fable. I'm not buying a PS5 anymore.
Yeah, I literally said that. I said if I'm not buying I'll buy a PS5 unless they release a Fable game, and then I'm buying them.
And literally, like 2 days later, Zach's out working out. I probably sent Zach about 100 text messages until he answered.
Yeah.
And then it was just a link to the trailer, and I was waiting for him to snap and be like, "What the fuck do you want?" He just answered like with a question mark or something. I sent the trailer, and he just sent like a happy face emoji back.
Yeah.
And then messaged me.
I knew it was coming soon because they had been teasing it forever, but it was like every like E3 or whatever Microsoft event, I'd be like, okay, they're gonna announce it, and then they wouldn't, and
they announced it out of the blue too. It wasn't even at an event.
Yeah, they're just like, Fable's coming out. I was like, oh. But yeah, I'm super hyped. It won't be out for a while though.
Yeah, I was gonna say Zach is hyped for Fable. I don't think there's a game other than Elden Ring I am waiting for.
Halo.
I couldn't care less about Halo.
It's gonna be bad anyways. Don't worry.
I mean, yeah, if you look at the graphics they released on it, it looked horrible. I did realize something I want to talk about in entertainment, and this is because Roy and I talked about it the other day. A Quiet Place 2 has been pushed back to September now.
Oof.
I swear to God, I thought that came out already.
So did Roy, actually. Roy, wasn't it supposed to come out? And then he looked it up and it's like, oh, it's coming out in April. Sweet.
What? I knew it was supposed to come out, and then I knew it got delayed. Well, I wasn't sure if they like released it at all.
Yeah, I thought it came out. I liked the first one. The first one was sick. I honestly just thought they released the second one time ago.
Yeah, I was pretty excited for the second one, and then because it was literally supposed
that's a
to
movie
release...
I would go to see in theaters if theaters reopened and it came out.
Yeah,
if
for
the
sure.
Quiet Place 1 dropped in theater, imagine just the silence in the theater.
Well, it did drop in theaters.
Did it? No, it dropped on Netflix.
A Quiet Place?
Yeah, it was in theaters.
It was in theaters.
Was it?
I definitely saw it in theaters.
I don't think it dropped. I don't think it's a Netflix. I think it's on Netflix, but I don't think it's a Netflix.
Because it was a big movie. It wasn't like it was definitely in theaters.
I could have sworn it came out on Netflix.
Oh, you're thinking
I don't
of
even
Bird
think
Box.
it came. Yeah,
Bird Box. Yes.
I don't even think A Quiet Place came on Netflix till like 2 years after release.
No. Quiet Place came out in 2018. It was on Netflix pretty recent, like pretty soon after.
Oh, really?
Again, I could just be thinking Bird Box.
Yeah, Bird Box was a Netflix original.
Did you guys like it?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't like it too much.
I heard it was very overrated and that Quiet Place was much better.
Yeah, definitely.
It was just a blind A Quiet Place, right?
Yeah, dude, it was an average film.
I didn't see it.
Definitely wouldn't watch it again.
Oof, fair.
A Quiet Place I would watch again. That was a good movie.
Yeah. I mean, there's... Oh, actually, I wanted to talk about this list that Roy and I talked about the other day. Movies of the last decade. Perfect, I found it. So Screen Rant, a website Zach and I use rather frequently. Thank you, Zach, because I didn't use it before him. And they released a list, the 10 most watchable movies of the last decade. This is one I really wanted to talk about. I'm glad I remembered now. Number 10, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. I mean, if you're watching the whole series...
Yeah, I wouldn't just watch it randomly, though. Like, if you're going to include that as rewatchable, you have to just put the Harry Potter series.
Whoa, you aren't there yet, Zach. Wait.
Oh, okay, it's going to be all Harry Potter.
No, it's not. This is just an awful list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 9, The Nice Guys. Comedy. I can understand rewatching that.
Yeah, but I'd rather rewatch something else.
Right?
I've seen that movie once.
Number 8. This is the one Roy and I had one of the biggest problems with. Number 8, Knives Out.
I haven't seen it.
Maybe I didn't talk about this one with Roy. Knives Out.
We did. We talked about it. It's a murder mystery.
Yeah, it's a murder mystery. Yeah, why would you rewatch that?
Yeah. Why would you watch it again?
Yeah, that literally ruins the whole thing.
The whole movie.
Apparently, it's really good though.
Oh, it was great.
I remember we wanted to see it in theaters, and then
COVID.
And then COVID happened, and I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, so. It's on Prime.
Oh yeah, true.
It was obvious who did it the whole movie, though. Anyways,
ruined it for Zach.
I'm just saying.
I watched what's it called? Yeah. What's
Murder on Orient Express, and I'm so mad at you.
Dude, I was watching it, and I was no. That was the Adam Sandler murder mystery that I watched with her, and I guessed who it was, and she got mad. But no, I remember watching Murder on the Orient Express, and I was like, they're going through, and they all had such good alibis, and I was like, I swear to God, if it's all of them, I'm gonna be so annoyed because that's such a cop out. And then it was all. I was like,
okay, number 7, heard it's incredible, never seen it. The Grand Budapest Hotel.
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, never seen.
Number 6,
Wes Anderson, right?
Yeah, it's his most entertaining movie apparently. Number 6, one of my all-time favorite movies. I know I've watched it a couple times, Zach. I know you have as well. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Good movie.
Good movie.
I haven't rewatched it in a long time. I'm not gonna lie.
And Roy, you told me you hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Number 5. This is where we're gonna start an argument. Number 5. This is the end.
Great. I've seen that movie a billion times.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I hate that movie.
I love it.
I watched it a few weeks ago and it was awful.
One of the worst movies I have ever seen.
I've seen it a billion times. It's one of my favorite movies. I used to watch that after every time I went out drinking or something, I'd come home and I'd watch that movie.
I don't get it, man.
I mean, maybe if I was drunk.
Oh, I love it.
But
you know what? I actually haven't seen it in a long time because I'd watched it so much in like a 3-year period that I just.
I think I laughed once during the whole thing.
I fucking love it. I love that movie, man. Michael Cera at the start of the movie is so funny.
We've had this conversation before, but Step Brothers, I feel the same way about the Step Brothers movie.
Step Brothers, I loved when I first watched it, but
not funny.
I'm sure if I watched it again, I wouldn't like it.
I tried to watch it about a month and a half ago, and I was stoned out of my mind. I still couldn't get through it.
I
still didn't find it funny.
But like for me, the thing is like when people say the quotes to me, I laugh. I'm like, oh, I remember that. Like that's a funny part. But I'm sure if I watched it again, I'd be like, this is kind of dumb.
There are 100% funny quotes in that movie.
Yeah.
Like the Catalina wine mixer, funny joke.
I didn't want salmon. I said it 4 times.
It did really annoy me when that's all some people would say.
Yes.
When we were in high school, they would just quote the movie
For sure.
nonstop.
Our high school was bad. Our high school loved that movie.
Oh my
I don't get it. I didn't find it funny, and everyone
That's like that was like me and my friends, and this is the end. We just love that movie. We just quote it all the time.
Actually, I was close with some of Roy's friends now back in high school, and when we would go to parties and stuff, I don't know if Roy was there, but when we would go to parties, we go home and we watched Superbad.
I've seen Superbad a billion times too. That's hilarious. I love
Roy,
that movie.
I watched Superbad in Denver's basement probably 15 times because that's all they would want to watch when we got home was Superbad.
I do really enjoy Superbad.
That's like me and Julian with This Is the End and the Scary Movies. Scary Movie 2. Julian absolutely loves Scary Movie. He could watch that movie 100 times.
Let's continue through this list. Number 5 was This Is the End. Number 4, Get Out. Heard it's really good. Never seen it, but I also don't think it's a movie you'd watch again.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Because it kind of ruins the whole.
Yeah, there's a twist. It's like watching Sixth Sense a million times. It's like I get it. He sees that.
I'd probably watch it now because I haven't seen it for a while.
Yeah,
it was a good movie.
Number 3 is probably the one I agree with most on this. I recently rewatched it. Thor Ragnarok, one of the best MCU films released, and it's funny. It's got good action, and it's definitely rewatchable.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's more rewatchable Marvel movies than that one, but yeah,
really? That's fair.
Yeah,
I feel like everyone's seen Guardians of the Galaxy like 100 times.
Fair. Number 2, the best Marvel movie released in the last. Second best because I think Infinity War is the best. Second best movie, Into the Spider-Verse.
Mm-hmm.
The best portrayal of Spider-Man done yet.
Yeah, I've seen that movie a couple times.
And that's no discredit to Tom Holland. He is doing a phenomenal job. Just everything about this movie hit.
Yeah, Shamik Moore did a great job on Spider-Man.
And then number 1, I think Roy said he hadn't watched it. Mad Max Fury Road.
I've seen it once. I would never watch it again.
I have no interest. I don't get how people. I know the concept. It's like, isn't it just a giant race?
No, it's like an apocalyptic world. It's kind of like.
But I thought it was a race to Fury Road.
Yeah, but you know, like the Rick and Morty episode where he does like the big hand, where he gets like the arm hand, like the jacked arm, and he like and it's like an apocalyptic world. It's like that. Like that's what they're making fun of.
Mm-hmm.
Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah, I just watched a bit of it, but I never finished. Actually, I might have only watched the first 5 minutes, and then I had to do something.
That's just a list I want to talk about because there's some you don't have the Harry Potter series, you just have Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Yeah.
You have Knives Out.
I think Screen Rant's lists they're all I think they're all freelance work, so it's not people that work for them, it's just random people that they get to do it.
And I'm going to say you're right usually. This guy works for Screen Rant.
Oh man!
And has 1,311 articles published on Screen Rant.
Yeah, I mean Screen Rant has some bad lists sometimes.
Well, and here's the
thing. But that's what's fun about them.
I read this high as a kite, and I sat here and tripped out for a while until I could talk and speak to Roy because their Thor Ragnarok says 2012, and I sat there and that it came out in 2012, and I sat there and tripped for so long, debating whether or not it actually came out in 2012.
If this came out in 2012, then I must be 40 years old.
Right? So then I finally, I just quietly go, Roy, when did Thor Ragnarok come out? Did it come out in 2012?
You could have simply opened a new tab.
No, I couldn't. I was too busy.
Yeah, it came out in 2018.
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah.
2017.
It's super recent. I swear, the first Thor movie came out in 2014 or something like that.
2012, I believe.
Yeah, so they probably got it mixed up.
True.
Ooh, you have a Tinder match?
I thought I had a message. It said I had a message. I guess I don't.
Well,
she messaged me hey earlier. And I said,
cute?
Hey. She has one picture. I thought it was a bot at first, but if it was a bot, I would have answered back by now. Whatever.
thought it was a bot at first.
I mean, most of my matches are bots.
If
they have one picture and they match right away, they're most likely a bot.
I've never had Tinder in my whole life, so I wouldn't know.
Mean, you've had a girlfriend since Tinder's been out, I believe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have we already started recording?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. We'll just leave this in. I don't care. No, it works for me. Let's hop in over to Zach's takes and hope none of them are about my Tinder dating.
Oof. Okay. Here we go. Number 1. Tinder. No. Okay. Ready?
This
number
is
1.
the end.
Yeah. Banana flavored candy and drinks are underrated.
Yes, I love banana stuff.
Yes. Okay. Everyone always hates on banana flavored stuff. They're always like, "Oh, this is the worst one. This is the worst." I love
banana protein's the best too.
So
there's like this banana liqueur too. Oh, so good.
Okay, so now that you two freaks are done talking, I used to absolutely love banana flavoring, but I got really bad car sickness still to this day, and I did growing up, and I couldn't take a pill growing up, so my parents would find any way to sneak banana liquid gravel or banana chewable gravel into my food. Yeah. Oh, I'm not kidding. I would they would take the liquid and pour it into my drink when I wasn't looking because I wouldn't take it otherwise. And it was always banana flavored. And it just tasted so bad that I started hating banana flavored. But I will say that banana bread is one of the best.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best desserts.
Banana flavored food is so good. But here's the thing. It tastes absolutely nothing like banana. Like when you eat a banana,
it's nothing.
It doesn't taste like a banana.
And if they didn't label it banana flavoring, you'd never guess that's what they were going for.
No,
those little banana marshmallow things are way better than the strawberry ones.
Yes,
I know exactly what you're talking about. The banana ones are so good.
I disagree. The strawberry ones.
I don't like the strawberry ones.
The banana ones are good, but the strawberry ones are just better.
Banana ones.
Take that from the fat guy who loves marshmallows.
Yeah, this guy's favorite candy is like Peeps or some shit.
Not anymore.
Marshmallows with sugar.
Can't eat them anymore. Losing weight. I will say though, last night when we watched Star Wars, I had 6 marshmallows and it was the best thing I had ever had because I hadn't had them in so long. I'm trying to eat healthy, but there's some things that I see I haven't had in a while. It's still under my calories though, so we're good.
True.
They're not as big as I thought they were. 5 marshmallows is 125 calories, but it's like 45 grams of sugar.
Jeez.
5 marshmallows.
God damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. And Peeps has got to be worse since it's just marshmallow and then sugar sprinkled on top.
I've talked about this on my weight loss videos before. I look back at what I used to eat, man. Fucking disgusting. Even going back this summer, I'm eating so much better. I was eating 4 McDoubles and 3 Juniors a night.
Yeah.
No, so I
mean, me too. I was brutal, man. But I'll go on to my next take. I'll go on. Fighting sports are secretly everyone's favorite sport. And here's what I mean by this. If you saw someone fighting on the street, you would run and watch that fight. Everyone gets excited for a big fight too in sports, like Conor McGregor fights. Everyone's gonna go watch. Most people are gonna watch that fight. Most people are gonna watch Floyd fight or Jake Paul fight Nate Robinson. And if there's a soccer game on the street, there's a freaking hockey game. No one's gonna go watch that. But if you saw 2 people fighting, you would run and go watch that fight, or a lot of people would.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't like fighting sports that much. I barely watch them.
That's what I'm saying. I'll barely watch it, but everyone wants to see a good fight. Someone getting knocked out, like Nate Robinson, the way Nate Robinson. That's everyone's favorite thing to see.
That's why street fights are the best, because someone's getting knocked out every time.
We didn't even talk about that. I forgot. The McGregor fight is tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight when we're recording, it will be tomorrow. I'm saying McGregor knocks out Poirier in the first round.
No, Poirier's a good fighter.
Oh, he's a good fighter. McGregor's knocking him out in the first round. Hey, everyone said the same thing about Aldo. One of the fastest fights in UFC history.
Okay, well, everyone said, a lot of people said McGregor was going to knock out Khabib too. McGregor got his ass whooped for 4 rounds.
McGregor knocks him out and then announces he's fighting Jake Paul after the fight.
Oh, hey, he was asked about that today.
Yeah, he finally acknowledged it.
He said, "Don't rule it out."
Jeez.
And then Jake tweeted today, "My opponent signed the fight contract."
Oh, I did see that.
So
that'll be interesting to see.
I don't think it's Conor.
Yeah, not at this point.
Conor gets out of camp, dusts Poirier, and then has to go right back into camp to fight Jake.
Okay, wait, whoa. Conor doesn't need another camp in between fighting Jake. I think Conor could take it off.
I don't think he'd do that though. I think he'd take it seriously.
Do you think he would? I don't think he would take it that seriously. It's Conor McGregor. I think I'll laugh about it the whole time.
I don't think he takes anything as a joke. I think he does that for the camera, and I think he takes everything seriously.
I wouldn't take Jake that seriously.
I mean, the way he fought Khabib, I don't think he took it that. No,
I don't think he took Khabib seriously either. I will.
No, he did. No, he did. He 100% did. Yes. No, you're just a Conor McGregor fan. You want to make an excuse. He got starched.
He got starched. He got starched by Khabib, and I'm scared to see them fight again. I think Conor will lose again.
Khabib's one of those guys too that you don't talk shit to, man. Why would you want to make that guy mad?
Right? I mean, Conor didn't just make him mad; he made his whole fucking team mad.
Yeah.
But no, I agree that if McGregor Khabib was on tonight, or like the Bruins game, I know I'm getting to watch another Bruins game in 2 days. Yeah. I'm gonna go watch the big fight instead.
Yeah. I think like everyone has like this innate desire to watch someone just get their ass whooped, you know? Like that's what you want to watch.
I love going on that one Twitter account. It's all the street fights. Those are fun.
World Stars?
No. World Stars sucks now.
It does.
I don't follow any of that.
They don't even do like fight and stuff. They just post like trash music. Like people pay them to post their awful music.
Oof.
It just sucks now.
Those poor dudes that paid to get their music on there.
I mean, if you got to pay to get your music somewhere, it's usually not the greatest.
Yikes! All right, I'll move on to the next. All right, my next take. Just because a player had a good game doesn't mean they're underrated.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Every other week, a player in the NBA or the NHL, someone will drop 40 points, or they've got a hat trick. Oh, this guy's so underrated. This guy's so underrated. No, they're not. They just had a good game.
Well, here's the thing. I also hate people, and I'm going to be the first to admit this. Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills in this season went into the season underrated. I underrated him. I thought he was going to be trash. Josh is one of the best quarterbacks in the league this year. And people are still going, oh, Josh is underrated. No, everyone is acknowledging that he's a top 5 QB.
At this point, yeah.
I think that's like two of the worst dynamics, or especially overrated players. Oh, he's so overrated. He's like a star. Yeah. Like LeBron. People shit on LeBron, everything. He's overrated.
Yeah. I mean, when you get that big, like you got mad haters.
Yeah, but LeBron's one of the best basketball, if not the best basketball player of all time.
Yeah, I mean, it's just funny. Like you'll see DeAndre Ayton will drop 40 or something like that, or he'll get like 30 and 10, and people will be like, DeAndre Ayton, one of the most underrated basketball players in the world. And I'm like, he's a good center. He's not that underrated.
I mean, and the thing is, like, most any NBA player can pretty much pop off, or like in most sports could pop off one night.
Yeah,
but like they're not gonna do it constantly.
Yeah, the best players do it night in and night out. Like even like you'll see De'Aaron Fox will pop off for a couple games and they'll be like, "Oh, he's underrated," and I'm like, "No, like everyone acknowledges he's pretty good. He's just not a superstar."
Yeah,
there's
no, I hate that.
I don't like that either.
Like, so we play. I play fantasy hockey with a bunch of the guys Zach and I went to school with, and I don't care about name dropping. Josh is the worst for that. Zach Lorenzi has one game, most underrated defenseman in the league. Zach Jones scores a goal, most underrated defenseman in the league. Exactly. He just said it was no. They're both the most. I'm like, oh my god.
It drives me crazy.
I mean,
it's like most players are appropriately rated. Okay,
okay.
There's very few players who aren't like they're like Damian Lillard was underrated for a long time, but now he's appropriately rated. Stop saying he's underrated.
Every single person in professional sports deserves to be there.
Yeah.
They are good enough to be there. They got there, so they are properly rated to start.
Yeah, there's only so many spots, guys. Like everyone deserves.
If they are underrated, it is because haters are saying they're bad. When they are,
I mean, some players are underrated. Like there's some players.
I 100%
go under the radar, but there's not that many. Like
I look at Bradley Beal, and I hear so little about Beal until this season. I would say Beal is currently getting underrated for how good he is.
He's I think he's appropriately rated. In basketball, he gets like people who watch basketball, like he gets
exactly. So that's from the outside perspective of someone who doesn't always watch.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like the past few years, he definitely was probably a little underrated. But now, like recently, he's been talked about quite a bit more, and he's rated.
Yeah, like I would say Devin Booker was underrated for a while. Right now, not really. Yes, everyone knows. Like the past couple of years, everyone knows that he's a good scorer.
That's probably a better example, but I just use what I know.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that just bothers me. And just because someone has dropped 40, like all you're going to hear about is Colin Sexton for the next week, and then he's going to go back to playing the same way. It's
he's going to be the best player in the league now.
Same with what's his face, who was on the Nets that got traded to the Rockets, or to
Karis LeVert.
Yeah, him.
I mean, like even like last year, Lonzo Ball had like 3 good games. And kept like Kendrick Perkins like a week before was saying he was a bust, and then he's like, "Oh no, he's a superstar now."
Oh man, Kendrick Perkins is the worst.
You want to talk about the best though?
Takes.
The best is the current status of LaMelo Ball, where this man does anything, and he's the greatest player in the league.
That's more of a meme.
Depends. There are people who take it seriously.
I mean. Yeah. And then all the big media companies, they do it because more people will watch. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a big name. Okay, I'll go on to my next take. Oranges are a trash fruit, but clementines are top tier.
No, I like them all. I like all those things, whatever they're called.
I don't like oranges or orange juice, so I note on this one.
Oh, I really like orange juice in the morning.
Oh, we talked about this last week. We're not getting into this again. We're not getting into this again. We'll go to the next one.
No, you haven't tried orange.
You brush your teeth?
Yeah. That's what
I knew you were going to say it. I knew your weird ass was going to make that comment. You're predictable, Roy.
Orange
Dude,
slices,
you know what my friend does that's super weird? He puts cheddar cheese on his honeycomb cereal.
That's weird.
I hope you're kidding.
I'm not joking.
Does he like with milk?
Who is it?
With milk in it.
Oh my god!
I'm not gonna expose them on.
Okay, tell me after. Okay. I haven't met your friends, but I know all their names. So
yeah.
I have a guess in my head.
And the way he explained it to me too was like he heard like his friend's dad saying like, "Oh yeah, my son likes cheese on his soup," and so he put cheddar cheese on his fucking honeycomb cereal. And he's like, "Dude, it's so good."
It's not soup.
Well, hey, some people argue that it is, but
no, it's not. You need a broth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One thing I do want to talk about here, though, is so I saw this TikTok about it does have to do with orange slices because Roy went, "Oh, orange slices are great." So the joke
are goated, but
the joke is like, so when you guys grew up, you were having like orange slices at like your soccer games, your hockey games, your basketball games, right? A parent would bring it. So I'm also doing a MCU chronological watch through, and an Ant-Man when he goes Ant-Man goes for Civil War, he goes, "Who's bringing the orange slices to the fight?" And then in Endgame, when they're all meeting at like the Avengers Tower, Ant-Man's walking around handing out orange slices in the background after a mission.
I was thinking to myself when you were explaining this, you're like orange slices, and then you bring up your MCU thing, and I was like, how the fuck is it?
No, it was definitely connected.
Two stories.
I wanted to talk about this with you guys earlier, but I always forget. I have the worst memory until someone says a word that triggers it.
That's a pretty funny background joke to me.
I mean, and no one ever noticed until some people did, but then the one guy posted on TikTok got like 4 million likes, and now everyone's noticed.
I used to get heated when people would bring orange slices as the snack.
The worst.
Like, yo, bring some Dunkaroos or something like that.
Freezies was always after the game. You get oranges at halftime, you get Freezies after the game. If you got the right parent that game.
Right?
Because some of them didn't bring anything.
Right. You want to talk about the best, though? Because you know the best.
Oh, I know who the best is.
So, we were in high school. We were the number 1 football team in Canada. None of us gave a damn about that. After each game, our friend Miko, he was on the team. His mom, super Serbian, like barely speaks English. She would come, massive box. Absolutely massive box of candies, chocolates and stuff, and just cover us in our post-game huddle in candy and stuff. Every game. So
I remember
she was the goat.
I remember we used to invite this one kid to play ball hockey with us in the summer at school, and he'd always bring a cooler of like Kool-Aid and stuff like that. I was like, yo, this kid's sick.
No, Miko's mom though.
That was great.
We were so used to blowing teams out where we would be up by like 30, and everyone on the sidelines would just be talking about, what do you guys think Miko's mom's bringing? Do you think she brought the regular candy? Sometimes she brings full-size chocolate bars. And like we could see her across the field holding the giant box. Just loved it. Wonderful woman too.
Oh yeah.
Barely spoke English, but always would come up to me. You played great. I didn't touch your field. You still played great. Okay, thank you. And then hand you a candy bar or something.
Goated.
Yeah, she definitely wins the prize. No one will ever beat her.
Facts.
All right, I'll try. We're going a little long, so I'll try and run through these takes.
I'm glad Roy knew where I was going.
All right, my next take: fortune cookies are dope.
Facts.
Everyone hates. I feel like people hate on them because they don't really. They're like, oh, they don't really taste like anything, and the fortunes are trash.
I enjoy eating them.
I look forward to my fortune cookie every time.
I don't really care what's in them, like the fortune. I like the cookie.
Oh, I do. I read it.
You gotta get your lucky numbers from there.
Yeah, exactly. For the lottery.
I'm actually taking that and then winning.
Be crazy.
That'd be insane.
Yeah. I did not win $60 million last night, unfortunately.
Oof.
Neither did I. Not even a free play.
No, I didn't win anything. My sister won $2.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's tough. All right, I'll go on to my next one. Buying skins in a first-person game is dumb. Dumb as fuck.
So we have had this conversation before. We have had this conversation because in Fortnite, I bought every skin I liked.
Yeah, because you could see it. You're third person. That has first-person games.
COD, though, the only reason I would buy skins is because they came in bundles with camos that I wanted. But COD, I see no point in having skins.
Well, I didn't buy any except for the Jigsaw one because that one was really cool. But
Fortnite,
also
Roy.
Zach is frozen.
Oh, Zach is frozen. I don't even know if he can hear us.
Yeah, I don't know.
We can talk about his point though. Fortnite's dope. Fortnite had good skins.
Yeah, Fortnite was lit.
Your favorite one, the leprechaun woman from...
Oh yeah, that one's just awful.
And then
what a waste of V-Bucks.
And it was way too late for you to... if I disconnect him, will it mess everything up?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hope he just comes back. But yeah, so I think there's a lot of skins. I mean, you and I both wasted a fair amount of money on Fortnite for skins.
Yeah, because when they first started releasing them like weekly or whatever, I bought like every one for the first like 5 or 6 weeks.
I remember Roy going to me. I'm buying every legendary skin that comes out now. And then he bought like 5 or 6 weeks worth of legendary skins. And then he's like, I'm never buying a skin again. Week later, had a skin. I'm gonna just ask Zach if he can hear us.
Oh, true.
Oh,
now he's loading.
He's not loading for me. I'm restarting Discord.
Oh, okay.
He said. No, I mean, at least we talked about his take. Quick notes is Roy and I bought every skin on Fortnite, but COD's just not worth it.
Yeah, I mean, like, people who buy skins on first-person games, like, I don't get that. You can't even see it. What, you buying for other people to think you got the newest skin?
I will say on Call of Duty Ghosts, there was a skin that was a skinny girl, and the hitbox was a lot less when you
pay to win.
Specific. It was pay to win, so everybody bought that one because it was actually worth it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Other than that, it's kind of pointless.
All right, I'll move on to my next one. I've only got 2 left. Pac-Man is still better than half the games that get released today.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The only Pac-Man game I really enjoy, it was like Pac-Man for the GameCube, and it was an open world game.
Oh yeah, that one was lit.
It was
dope. That was lit.
That's what I like.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I will sometimes, like, if I'm on the phone with my girlfriend or something, or if I'm just, when I was in class, dude, I used to play this Google Pac-Man.
I remember that.
All class. I would just play Google Pac-Man. Dude, it's so much fun. I'm trash, though. I'm absolute garbage, but.
Yeah. I think, I don't agree with that. I think.
It's just so simple and so fun.
I think that other than the GameCube version, I couldn't care less. I wouldn't, if I was bored, Pac-Man's not something I'm going to play. Even in class, I'd go play something on mini clips.
No, I'll play Pac-Man over those.
You can't play mini clip anymore.
Yeah. Or like, what was it, cool math games before too? That you could
Anything
play?
That was fast-paced, you can't play
run or something like that, yeah.
Until they transfer over to HTML5.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Club Penguin.
Yeah, Farmville will come back too. Not Farmville 2, Farmville OG.
I don't know if that's coming back.
Yeah, I think it's done so.
Okay,
it's okay. We're on to heyday now. Mac and cheese is big overrated.
No, if you get like KD is and stuff, because that stuff's like not that great. But like a nice baked mac and cheese. Or if you got a nice
it's
baked
still overrated,
lobster mac and cheese.
Okay, lobster mac and cheese is different. Once you start adding, I'm just talking about plain mac and cheese.
So no ground beef or nothing.
Nothing, just mac and cheese.
Then yeah, I agree.
Like a baked mac and cheese, I think that's very.
No, good. I think without ground beef, it's not as good.
I've honestly never had it with ground beef.
Yeah, neither have I.
That might be just a you thing. I don't know.
So I very rarely talk about my mom, but one of the big things my mom did growing up was every one of our birthdays we got a meal. One meal we requested. My mom didn't cook much, but the one thing my mom could cook was homemade mac and cheese. It would take her all day. She'd do it from scratch. Honestly, all 4 of us, me and my 3 siblings, all picked the same meal on our birthday. It was always homemade mac and cheese. We only had it 4 times a year, and it was just horrible for you. Horrible dinner, but so good. She'd use like a brick, like 3 different bricks of cheese, full bricks, like homemade pasta with ground beef and stuff. It was just so good. That mac and cheese, 100% not overrated. But
that's just your nostalgia. It's probably.
But what about leftover KD?
Okay, Roy can leave.
That's the best.
Roy can leave.
KD is just gross and
that's awful. Leftover.
I haven't
KD's
had.
The worst.
I never really had mac and cheese growing up that much, and like when we did, it was KD, and I was like, okay, it's okay. But like I think we had KD a couple times in university, and I would always be like, this is like.
Okay, Here's my thing.
Like gross cheese too. It's like powder, but then it's like liquidy.
Kraft Dinner, the brand, the worst version of KD.
Yes, fact.
First of all,
you called it KD.
Yeah,
it's the only version of KD.
I mean, Kleenex is a brand. Everyone calls them Kleenexes.
Yeah. But Kleenex is actually a good brand.
They don't have this in the U.S. because it's a Canadian brand. But No Name mac and cheese, like the white cheddar, so good.
Bad. The one with the bunny or something on it.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Yeah,
I might have some of that after.
I wish. It's just so unhealthy.
That is true. But I'm bulking, so.
Yeah, you gotta hit that calorie goal.
Yeah.
All right, well, those are my takes. I'm done.
Okay, I feel like we are running very long. I'm going to be 100% honest. I think this is one of my favorite podcasts we recorded. I think we had a lot of fun today. Talked about a lot of good things. I'm glad I caught the fact that we were going to miss the anniversary of Kobe's death. I'm glad we talked about that. We did our picks. We talked a lot about entertainment and sports. I think everything got a fair amount of time today, and I think we did really well.
Yeah, pat us on the back some more. Thanks.
Yeah, unless you guys got something to say, I think we're good to wrap up.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Okay, guys. So as always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Check out Smeagol's videos; they're always bangers. Even if he doesn't think they're bangers, I think they're bangers, and that's all that matters.
Check out Bobathan too.
So yeah, I mean, you can check me out if you want, but I mean, go check out Smeagol. I hope you guys enjoy. Have a wonderful night. See you guys soon.
Toodaloo. Peace.